So, the energy of this reading is hiking, Switzerland, Iceland specifically, a headlamp without batteries. Um, what was the other thing? And also this guy, if you align with this guy. I actually got this like serendipitously, and I was really having like not the greatest day, but it was also like I actually feel like this is really resonant. So this energy that's coming through for the collective, welcome. It's PsychiKy here with a general collective reading. This is my YouTube channel, and I'm going to be more consistent on this motherfucker. So yeah, look for a daily post. Fuck, I've committed to daily posts. If you're more into the shorter content or just parts, that is on TikTok. I do that as well daily. So yeah, if you're interested in booking, please go ahead and email me. It's psychiky@gmail.com. So that energy, right? It's kind of like moisturous. It's not that serious. And then it's like mixing that with this energy of kind of like I feel like it's also like not searching, like you're looking for something, but it's, let's just say you're on a hike, right? And you're just already looking. You're just already looking. It's already something that you're looking at. Okay, I got the channel that I forgot. And it's you're now understanding that you don't have to do more in order for things to be aligned. Instead, you consistently show the universe that you're going to respond in a certain manner. Whether it is it honestly comes in the forms of like, I'm going to respect myself. I am going to respect myself. I am respecting myself. It's like this evolutionary aspect. It's not to say that you weren't doing it before, right? Like it's actually to say that this energy is now becoming a lot more specific to you, refined through you. And yeah, I really like this guy, by the way. It's so fucking cute. They're gonna be right there. They're gonna be right there. So today I'm gonna use my Thoth Tarot. I also kind of feel drawn to my Mermaid Tarot, so we'll just see what comes out first. And Three of Pentacles. You know what? Compatibility over everything. Compatibility over fucking everything. Because I feel like that's what I feel like this energy is not about the seriousness of cutting things off or being really firm with your boundaries, especially with Venus going into Libra, depending on when you're watching this. Once again, timeless reading. I just want to make sure, give me one sec. Okay, cool. So this is where you're kind of stepping into this fluidity that comes with not taking things so seriously, right? So it's not a drastic, and it's not a drastic change, nor is it going to be something that really gets you going emotionally, right? Like it's something that kind of calms you, it quells you, it's peaceful, it's unity, it's this energy of yes, Ouroboros, but like really just you learning that I'm not going to spite other people. When you don't feel something anymore, this is where your own transition, your own translation starts to come through. And I feel like you're learning that through grace, through compassion, through forgiveness, self-forgiveness, things that you have already worked through, right? Three of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. This is reflection on the past. This is reflection on the past versions of you that have shown up. And so it's interesting because I like found it so funny that that message was coming through of like, damn, I didn't even need to do anything. I didn't necessarily need to do anything. Universe already got me. Like they understand you. That's what I mean when I say they got you. It's like they understand where you're coming from. They understand where you're trying to go with an intention, with a practice. And sometimes I feel like maybe you don't even know where you're going necessarily because of the fact that it was never about the goal. It was never, or it's never about the end goal, right? Like it's, you have goals, you have checkpoints. And I love this about my collective because you guys are very sustained. You guys are very sustained. You're very, you're a sustainable person. And I feel like that's something that you're learning more about yourself. Like this quality is something that you're learning to embrace more of. I feel like I am. Anyways. Okay, so let's just pull some more cards. I love this energy that's coming out through this reading. We have the Devil ruled by Capricorn. You know what? I actually really get that. Yeah. I feel like okay, so there's something about your protective field that's around you. Sometimes it's hard to sense because of what you're going through on a nervous system regulation level. And obviously, once again, use your discernment when you're consuming my content or any content in general. Trust your intuition and also allow yourself to discern the things that, once again, are compatible for you. The compatibility thing is so important because the devil's ruled by Capricorn, okay? And honestly, Capricorns don't fuck around. But it's crazy because I was instantly getting this dark divine feminine masculine energy. And I'm getting this message of someone like wanting to come closer to you. So your rawness is something that someone witnesses very clearly, but it's not something that you actually see on a day-to-day basis necessarily because it's who you are. It makes up who you are to like a core level that it's almost like a given. Obviously, like you're experiencing yourself, you're being with yourself, you're living with yourself, right? So it's like you don't bring that kind of attention to it, but your kind of quality when it comes to like a divine dark and well, dark and light, but like divine, dark, feminine, and masculine energy, it comes through as like, this is going to translate. Like, this is me making an effort to understand. This is me also understanding that I'm going to respect how I feel. So I'm not going to project that experience onto this other person. It's my responsibility. That's the Capricorn energy, right? Long-term wise, how can I sustain myself despite maybe the intensity of, honestly, for some of you guys, the intensity of how hard you work. I feel like sometimes it's not about like, it's interesting. What's coming through is like, it's not about how hard it is, you know? Like, I feel like that's an old conditioning that you've really released, but it's like, there is a level of fulfillment when it comes to hard work, like intentional hard work, something that you can put yourself in fully and feel fulfilled in, okay? Oh my God. I just was reminded that it's crazy. I was reminded that I'm going to an open mic tonight, and it's like you're getting ready to showcase things that I actually feel like this is really beautiful that it's connecting to my experience too. So thank you for that. It's crazy because it's like going to something like that, you know, like, and I haven't done poetry open mics in a while. So it's like that energy for you. And it's not because you didn't know that you were like a poet, right? Or a singer or a lyricist, right? Like these are things that you've been told. These are things that you've noted about yourself in the past. But what's coming through now is like you're seeing it at the forefront without as much expectations, without as much judgment or, you know? Okay. We have the Ace of Wands, the Ten of Swords. We have the Princess of Wands in reverse, Six of Cups in reverse, and the Hierophant. And the card that was not flipped yet is the Six of fucking Pentacles. Yeah. You see it very clearly. You're like, it's interesting because I'm getting that imagery of that scene in a movie. I don't know which movie it is. I kind of forget. But it's like where it's like over their eyelids, they have all of this information like being coded. Like it's like coding, right? Like it's like you see this very clearly. This is all information that you are adept at taking in, at understanding, at seeing with its entirety, you know, like seeing it so, I don't know, descriptive. It's descriptive, but not in a sense of like you actually explaining it to someone necessarily. It's descriptive for you in the right ways. It's descriptive for you in the best ways. Like, you know how there's different like studying styles and like learning styles and stuff like that, where people are like visual learners or verbal learners and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I'm getting is like you're picking up on those different like languages that are evidently starting to roll on the screen that only you see. But then some people kind of see it in you. They kind of view you to be thank you, confirmation. Oh my goodness. They kind of see you to be someone who is just very intelligent. They might not ask you for like advice though, because some of the advice that you give, it requires a lot of change to happen in their life. And I feel like sometimes when you face people, like Nine of Swords coming out is like really giving me like, how is it that I have so much wealth in this in my brain? Like, you know, like the abundance of your brain, the abundance of the way that you think. How is it that like that? You know, like sometimes you almost questioned it. Interesting. Okay. We have the Ace of Wands though, and that does represent like kind of a new beginning is coming through actually, and I typically don't interpret it like that. Because traditionally it has the meaning of Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, so all the fire signs, right? And we do have the Princess of Wands kind of in reverse, a little bit horizontal. And I actually really feel like with this kind of ignition, it's like you got a new engine, bro. Like you got the like it's not even the best manufactured one. It's something that you literally man-made yourself. And it has like, oh my God, I'm getting this funny image of like a fucking watermelon rind. But you made a fucking engine out of a watermelon rind and it fucking worked. Like that's the level of like, this goes so outside of what people have maybe accomplished before, but you still, bro, I'm so dead. So I live in Vegas, right? There's not a lot of like big birds out here, and I just saw this huge fucking bird. I'm not wearing my glasses, so I can't really tell you what bird it was, but it was huge. And my vision's not that bad where it gets super blurry, you know? Like it's I can still make out the shape-ish a little bit. So, yeah. I feel like okay, I got this random message. What the fuck? Someone, even when they're not wearing their glasses, still notices you. And I feel like that says a lot because your aura, oh my God. Yeah, your aura is just, it's literally leaving a trail of, it's not even a trail of flowers anymore. I mean, I feel like it has been in the past, and maybe there's like flower flames. Like it's like cool because I feel like it's truly this. Oh, I have to cover her because she's fucking naked. Anyways, but I feel like this is really important. You're becoming a lot more open and bare and willing to see your strengths for what it is, but not be leading by that strength necessarily. Because I feel like that softness that I was mentioning before, and I feel like that's why my bunny-chan, I'm still figuring out the name for them, but and I don't know why I said him, but it seems to fit. So, um, Athena, that was coming through randomly. Six of Cups wants to come upright now. So I put all the cards upright because it's transitioned, and I really do feel like you're no longer holding on to the past to such an extent that it's really starting to surprise you. And I feel like it's just reprogramming you through that surprise. Like I feel like you're shocking yourself into healing. It's like not CPR, sorry. The fuck? You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Okay, 10 of Wands, 7 of Cups, 5 of Swords. God damn, 7 of Pentacles with the 4 of Cups, and the Lovers at the bottom of the deck with the 10 of Swords. Okay, 1, don't try to rationalize this. Don't try to rationalize this. If you made it to this part of the reading, there is a really strong energy of your ability to see things like from both sides. It's almost like don't distract yourself from what it is that you chose for you, and not like kind of like eluding yourself into thinking into a different perspective. You're very good at doing that. That's why the Hierophant energy came out, because people come towards you with their experiences, but maybe they don't ask you for advice. And so I feel like in the past, you've kind of, or honestly, I feel like for some of you guys, you didn't hold your tongue, but a lot of you guys did because of the fact that you learned at some point. It wasn't just like, oh, early on I learned. It was like genuinely just at some point. Like I feel like timeline wise, especially for my collective, there's a deep understanding that time is a fucking construct, right? And I feel like especially because the Lovers is at the bottom of the deck, which is Gemini energy, right? You have this nobility. You have this ability to be regal when you're presenting these ideas, when you're presenting your own perspective. And 10 of Wands, 7 of Cups, and the 7 of Pentacles, right? 7, 7. It's like, it's literally releasing control so that things can turn into something better without you even having to do anything. And that's that channeled energy that I was getting before. And so I actually want to just see what I'm going to pull from my deck that I created myself. And I just want to see what comes out just to like further hone in maybe some words of encouragement, affirmation for my collective here in concerns to this transition. You're seeing things differently. You're understanding that you're literally just not holding yourself back from the real answer. That is really going to be significant. Okay, so we have, there's no rush. It's just taking a breath to face yourself. Literally. Literally. So let's see what else comes out. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is what I mean. The windows to the soul, the eyes. They don't need to witness you in a physical form. They can see you without actually seeing you clearly. It's crazy. They can sense you actually without seeing you clearly. But when they start to understand, like whoever they is, because follow your intuition, silence the reaction, and respond. Keep on keeping on, keeper of the keys. Your pain is powerful, for they revealed you, right? Feel it every time it hurts, felt fully. You have the power to execute clearly. There's something that you're trying to pursue, maybe a childlike dream, childlike, right? I feel like for some of you, you did tap into it as a child. Truly incredible. The way you continue to live. Love it. Love you. So this energy is like you're seeing very clearly that these opportunities, these experiences in your life are showing you how you can start to unleash yourself. So in other words, allow these moments, allow these like very, maybe even contradicting feelings to be felt at the same time, because they're going to balance each other out. They're literally going to interact and become something that co-create with each other. It's interesting because this is very concerning this is in correlation to your own interaction with yourself. So instead of these two different parts of me are at heads, because of the fact that they have differing opinions or different perspectives or different experiences, I am actually allowing both of these things both of these versions of me. Like for a moment, at least, I'm just going to say things though, because I feel like the detachment thing is so important, because you're not identifying yourself with these emotional experiences and all of those things, right? So it's like you're not putting yourself in a position of like, I'm not going to put me against me, obviously, right? And so therefore, when I'm detached from my emotional experience and I can observe, I can see these two figures that are the respective experiences that they are, but now they're learning to conversate. Now they're learning to mesh and melt into each other, so that like it's thinking, for me, I'm thinking of this vision, and I don't know why, I guess the mountain thing is super significant in hiking, and seriously, like Switzerland and Iceland, like specific. And so there is this energy of like, the mountaintop, the peaks of the mountains, they sometimes have snow, and then the snow melts and it trickles down and it feeds into the valley at the bottom, at the base of the mountain. And there's all these flowers and it's beautiful, but there's two very different climates, right? So that's where I'm getting this energy of like, you have a really, really good, like this time of your life, like this transition, this period of time, whatever you want to call it, like truly, because time's a construct, like I said, it could literally be like 1 to 3 days. For some of you guys, it is up to 5 weeks, right? Maybe for some of those weeks, I actually feel like you're taking maybe a break, whether it's from social media, from technology, specific that's coming through. And I feel like you're learning to present yourself with the luxury of being blessed by your experience, being blessed by these contradictions, being blessed by this experience of life. And I feel like the heat is starting to build up in you. And that's kind of showing me that there is this energy of creative force, creative willpower, that it honestly, it like literally, it's a heartbeat. It kind of comes through as that scene in a movie. I don't even know where this is from, geez. But it's like veins, maybe it's Avatar, but veins from the tree or whatever, and it's like pulsing and it lights up at the pulse. That's what I'm getting from your creative like will, like your creative fire, your fire in general, right? It's not, it was never meant, it was never an element meant to scald you, like it was never meant like purposely, like your fire was never meant to like burn you. But because of like, let's just say you had so much fuel, like you had so much resources, and then so the fire just started to build and grow. But then it obviously needed to be relocated or quelled to a certain extent, depending on the environment. But you've expanded this space. And so I feel like some part of you was like, how far can I go? How far can I keep going? Because it's not burning me anymore. And I feel like that's where you pulled back in terms of reflection. You're still actively living your life, right? Like you're still actively participating. And so this is where I feel like you've kind of like taken back some form of yourself whilst another part of you is at the forefront, which is balance. Like it's interesting because I feel like you're reflecting over here, but you're still acting in alignment over here. And this is connected, right? But it was from the beginning, from when you're already participating, already doing life. And it was just like a recognition that you had, and it was just connecting it. I feel like I think there's maybe like a board game like that or some shit. I'm thinking also of, I don't remember what it's called. I think it's called Mission Impossible in like gym where you like lay down the mats and you have to only touch the mats. It's not floor is lava. It's like Mission Impossible. Everyone has to follow you. Oh my God, that's so resonant. Wow, do you truly understand how worthy you are? I didn't even see this card until now. That is your message. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this for you. Seriously, a pleasure, a privilege. And I'm sending you so much love and support. Once again, if you'd like to book, please go ahead and email me. It is psychiky@gmail.com. But other than that, I shall see you guys in the next reading.